Hello, Clint here, Crimson Landscape, here to talk about your outdoor living design. Alrighty, so I'm gonna try to make this under 5 minutes if I can. Okay, so the way I did this was I created the step coming out, so I have this step landing, then we go down to a lower level. And from the lower level, I made a real cool next pad to make it look like a grand exit to your backyard. We have the grill cooking area pad there. You have a lounge area, then a walk path to get to your shade structure, then a privacy wall and back. These gaps are called leave outs. We can put gravel or river rock in it. We could do turf if you did artificial turf. We can embed lights in there. The reason I like the leave outs is it gives a little bit more flexibility in the concrete, so the concrete can move up and down just a smidge, and you won't get it. Really reduces cracking long term. And you see this space fits their existing couch quite nicely. One little interesting thing about this design to take in consideration, you can see how the walk path kind of dead ends into a post. It is not ideal from a functional aesthetics thing, but if you look at, I could cut this off a little bit more to where I can make the space. I can widen this up. Is essentially what I'm saying. No problem in doing that. Just to kind of overcome that little challenge right there. City of Richardson is pretty particular on how wide they'll let us go between posts, so 16 feet is how wide they'll let us go, but we have a little bit of room to play with. In the back wall, we integrate the back wall, the privacy slash sunblock wall in between the two. We can do that. That's totally optional. It's not required to do this wall, but it's a really popular feature. TV. Then I have four surface mount flush lights with a ceiling fan, a wet rated ceiling fan. Light switches, we put the light switches right here, not shown. Then we can put a 120 volt outlet down here. I can put light switches right here and a 120 volt outlet down here as well. Just depends on where you want the power and light. I would put it both right here just because we're close to the walk path. I can add heaters, I can add ring cameras, I can add spotlights. We can add string lights, so I can have string lights go from the house, from the structure over to the house, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Looks pretty cool that way. We can do that. Gravel down the sides and the back, and just some simple lights. We can do landscape lights in it if you want, just to illuminate for general illumination. There's the lights for the shade structure. TV, of course, looks quite nice. A few housekeeping notes. I think your survey is a little off. I think it's about 6 inches or a foot off. When I was lining everything up to make everything square, the way your property survey is written, it seems a little bit odd to me. They have it that the alley is your property line, and that's unusual. Typically, it's 2 feet off the alley. So you have a 5 foot easement. So I'm not 100% sure how the spacing is going to lay out. I'll just have to come measure once you get to that point. I think that's about it for this. So just a couple pictures. This is going to be leave out with a pattern concrete deck. So you got your pattern, you got your leave out with your Mexican beach pebble. Then we're going to have, the next one we're going to have is concrete with a native gravel or brown gravel. This rock salt's going to be a really popular patio deck. This one in particular has a sitting wall. Really pretty. This one's going to be pattern concrete with a black star gravel. At this stage of the project, we still have the kitchen. We're waiting for the kitchen granite to go in. We haven't stained the post yet. There's a few things we had left to do on this project. This was refurbishing this patio, but all brand new concrete deck. This is my house. We have a kind of a fire pit lounge space, rock salt concrete. I have a sitting wall and lots of landscaping. Then over here I have a shade structure that I talked about. So this is how it looks. Mine was a little unique that I did steel post. The one that I'm proposing for you would be cedar post. It's significantly cheaper. I was getting kind of creative in how to customize mine. Then I can see my privacy wall. I haven't hung my TV yet. I've just been too lazy to buy one. Then of course you have the lights and the ceiling fan. The roofing we use, it's a composite roofing. It's real roofing. It's that old school stuff that's real popular on commercial projects and for old school flat roofs. It's waterproof. It's got a good life expectancy. But the reason we use that roof, it allows us to use a 112 pitch for the roof. Then we can add gutter in back as an option if you want a gutter. Okay, let me pause there. Let me close all this out. There we are. Let me pause there. Let me let you go at an elevated angle, let you look at it. I'm going to squeeze around a little bit. And if you have any questions, drop us an email, feedback, what you think. Allocate 6 weeks to install something like this. We can probably get it done in 4 if the weather's good. It'll go pretty quick. Permitting City of Richardson is pretty easy. They are stickler on a few things, but should be pretty easy to do. Last thing I'll say is your first time guest checking out one of our videos, you can reach out to us at crimsonlandscape.com.